Hey guys, Nabil here. Is it time for the Nerf hammer to strike the King of Fighters 15? Well, before we talked about this, because there was a lot of information that, and news about all this, and a lot of fans are talking about it, a gentle reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I drop a new video. Also, a reminder, please follow me on Twitch, as most of my streams going forward are going to be on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/NeoGeo Now, since the game came out and we started watching tournaments and people playing the game, there were a lot of talk about should SNK nerf certain characters. And by certain characters, I mean Raph, Terry, and Vanessa. Now, last time I talked about this, I said, well, SNK should wait. We're still figuring out the meta of the game. The game is still fresh, it's still new. There's a lot of things we still don't know about the game that's going to show up in future tournaments. And we had a couple tournaments this past weekend. Actually, there were two big tournaments. One of them was an online, Japan-only King of Fighters 15 tournament, which saw many of pro players playing the game. And if you've watched the stream or saw the archives or some of the videos, you'll notice there were a lot of what we call VRT teams. What does VRT stands for? Vanessa, Ralph, and Terry. And surprisingly, most of the time, it's in this exact order. Vanessa first, followed by Ralph, followed by Terry. Now, if you look at the results of the tournament, which was won by Akira, who was using, guess what? Vanessa, Ralph, and Terry. Now, if you've watched the stream, you'll notice, as I said, so many players using VRT. So we have Akira, Hisa, Sionen also using these same characters. But we gotta be honest here. There were other characters as well. We had people using Maxima. We had Leona. We had tons of other characters. We have Kyo. We had, even Popo, the second player in the tournament, was using a different team. Abba was using Dolores. He was using Leona. Ralph was in there. So it's, but you get the idea. As I said, so many of these players were using VRT. And this is not the only tournament we had. We had another tournament which was China versus Korea. It was a team of 4 against a team of 4. And looking at the results here, as you can see on the picture in front of you, thanks to IncrossX or at Cross Knockout, we see that the Shanghai was in there, Daku was in there, Zhenhei, Taidi from the China side, and then we had Lacid, Mad KOF, V-Ash, and KOF number 1. And you can see, out of all these players that I said, there's a number of them, especially in the China side. We have 3 out of these 4 actually using VRT. Well, they're all of them kind of using one of these VRTs. So we have Vanessa, Ralph, and Terry for Shanghai. We have Vanessa, Kyo, and Ash. We have Ralph, Dolores, and Terry. We have Vanessa, Ralph, and Terry for Tiandi. If you look at the Korean side, we have some really good variety. Terry is still in there. There's no Vanessa. Kyo is there. Robert, Terry is there as well. But we have Ash, and in fact, Lacid actually showed the world that he is really good at playing Ash in the King of Fighters 15. Now, with that all said, is it time to actually have SNK nerf these characters? And it's kind of, yes, there should be changes. Looking at these, that we need more variety. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Honestly, after seeing how strong these characters are, I thought it was gonna be Genjuro all over again in the Samurai Shodown, where you had in the top 8, it was pretty much all of them were using Genjuro at some point, or the first 4, I can't remember. So it's not as bad, but yet there should be changes. However, I am afraid, and I said this last time, I didn't want SNK to just go ahead and rush and start nerfing these characters, because I don't think that's the right approach. I think these characters needs to be slightly tweaked, but then the other characters should also become more viable, right? Become better. It's easier said than done, obviously, and it's probably going to take multiple patches. But I do believe it is time to start talking about changes, about balance changes for the game as we're getting into more tournaments. In a few hours, we're going to get an announcement for EVO, and I'm pretty sure King of Fighters 15 is going to be in there. So it needs to actually have some time to be patched before EVO. You can't patch it the last month or 2 months. It needs some time for people to adjust. So how soon should SNK do this? I'm not telling them to rush. I think they should take their time, make sure that they're introducing and actually a valid and a good balance. I've seen some other companies with some other games that actually just whenever someone says, well, this character is actually overpowered, they go ahead and nerf him. And then it just doesn't make sense. It just creates this, in their way of trying to balance the game, they kind of unbalance the whole thing by just changing characters every time. I don't think that's the right approach. And I don't think just nerfing these two characters is the right approach either. I'm sure SNK will know what to do about that, and I'm sure we're gonna see some announcements or some news pretty soon. I mean, we're getting a new DLC team in the next couple of weeks, so I do think we're gonna get a patch with that, or maybe even before. Now, Akira, the winner of the Japan online tournament, actually has made in what he thinks is the actual tier list of the game, and it's quite interesting. Let's talk about it quickly. So here's the tier list by Akira, and I don't think anybody is going to disagree with the first two tiers. It is absolutely correct. Ralph, Vanessa, and Terry, maybe I'll put them in the same tier myself, are actually really powerful, really crazy powerful, right? And then he has on the third tier Elizabeth and Dolores, also very strong characters, followed by another tier with Mai, Robert, Kukri, who is crazy good, and I'm pretty sure Kukri is gonna go up that tier list, and Andy. As far as the one that follows it, it's actually kind of, I'm not sure the way he put these tiers. I think I might not agree with these two lines. These are actually kind of like similar level when I think about it. I kind of agree with the other one. I'm not sure if Shunei should be in here. I think Shunei is better than here. I think Shunei is better than being the before last tier. And Ramon is at the last tier, which is kind of, I think it's kind of too early. It's, again, tier lists, I think it's still too early for tier lists, honestly. But I do agree with the top tiers. We start getting an idea that's actually true just watching all the tournaments and playing online. You get this sense. But yeah, this is quite interesting. Again, as we we saw the tournaments online, and it was the same thing. You always have VRT in there somewhere, mainly in the top 8. So yes, these three characters, Vanessa, Ralph, and Terry, are definitely strong characters that they need to be tweaked. I'm not gonna say the word nerf because nerf is such a big word. I think that they should be tweaked and to try and put all these characters in kind of the same level. Of course, it's gonna be impossible to do that, but it's, I mean, we've seen SNK did it before. They did it with King of Fighters 14, Samurai Shodown. I'm sure it's gonna be fixed here with the King of Fighters 15. What do you guys think about VRT? Do you think they should be nerfed as soon as possible? Do you think we should make the other characters more viable and stronger? Or maybe they should just stop and do nothing and let people try the game, let people play, let tournaments happen so as we can learn more about the meta of the game, and maybe there's more to it. Let me know all that in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. And until next time, you guys stay safe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from Neo Geo Now. Now don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so, and I would like to take this opportunity and thank my patrons for supporting the channel and making this content possible. Making daily videos and especially the documentaries and lore episodes takes a very long time and a lot of effort, and being able to get some support for these time-consuming tasks allow me to keep going and strive for more and better content. With that said, I want to give a big special shout out to Michael, Bryant Yard, Fahad Al-Suwaidi, Jacques Paul, and Berugadono. As well as special thanks to Shaka Asamia, Refugio Robles, Felipe Guimara, Jihao Ju, Muhammad Al-Blushi, Anthony Longino, Burned Retinas, Lily Wong Esmeralda, Goran, and Dangerman 1973. Those of you who are not yet Neo Geo Now patrons, I hope you will check my Patreon page where you can become patrons, helping the channel produce more videos as well as receive special perks that are exclusive to patrons, like early access to videos, exclusive making-offs, and other SNK digital goodies. Link for the Neo Geo Patreon page is in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.